So, day one of the official Asia 2022 has ended, and boy, was it action packed right from the morning session itself. India got off to the best possible start that they could have. There is a promise for a lot more medals in the coming days, but 5 medals on day one of the Asian Games for India is quite a good testament to where the team and the confidence of the Indian contingent is at this point in time. Remember, 25th, 24th and 25th were determined to be very crucial days for India to ensure that they could establish their presence in the Asian Games. So 5 medals, it all began in the morning session. It started with sculling, rowing, and then it culminated in a wonderful performance through the shooters. So, as far as sculling is concerned, the duo of Arjun Jat and also Arvind Yadav, they managed to ensure that they won the silver medal in sculling. Now, this was a remarkable comeback for Arjun Jat and Arvind Yadav because remember, they had finished 11th in Tokyo. And because of what happened in Tokyo, they were not deemed to be worthy contenders in the Asiad. But boy, they put up a fantastic show and ensured that they went into the sculling event, the light double weight sculls, as the silver medalist. Then it became better as the day progressed because you got the likes of Babulal Yadav and Lekram doing very well in the men's pairs event in rowing. Remember, sculling and rowing, there's a technical difference between that, and that is why this was the way how it happened. They got the bronze medal and then the best performance in rowing today, the men's 8 coxswain section. What is the coxswain? Men's 8 coxswain, what is this? There are 6 rowers in the middle. One is a coxswain at the right at the very beginning who guides and tells the team how to go about it, how to pace your rowing, how to ensure that the gap is maintained, all that. And then there is a bow at the back. The one person who acts as the bow, he continues to push the team ahead and ensures that what is the gap is between the opponents that's there. India, Indonesia and China were scrapping at it for the gold, silver and bronze. And at one point we felt that India would settle for the bronze at the 1500 meter mark. Remember, men's 8 is a 2000 meter race. But in the last quarter, in the last section, India pulled off a remarkable comeback and they managed to pip Indonesia, and that's why it is India and China who got the gold and the silver respectively. Indonesia had to settle for bronze. So that was the 3 rowing medals that came towards you. But then after that, shooting. The girls made India proud yet again with a fantastic display in the 10-meter air rifle event, both in the team and in the individual sections. In the team event, the likes of Akshi Choksi, then you had Mehuli Ghosh and you had Ramita Jindal, all winning the silver medal. And that's why India got the silver medal in the 10-meter air rifle event for the women. Then after that, it was a great showdown between Ramita Jindal and Mehuli Ghosh. Ramita managed to hold her own, and that is how she won the bronze medal, and that was how your 5 medals were won. There was promise in other sections also. For example, the India men's hockey team defeated Uzbekistan 16-0, and it was a magnificent performance indeed from India's men. The likes of Varun Kumar, Lalit Kumar Upadhyay, Mandeep Singh, everybody chipped in with hat-tricks. Varun Kumar and Lalit Upadhyay in particular scoring 4 goals apiece. That is the reason why India men's hockey team have gotten off to a magnificent show, and that's why they are now strong contenders. Then as the day progressed, there were disappointments that came in particular in the table tennis event. Now table tennis, a lot was expected from the team event because remember, it was the team event that helped India win in Jakarta, Palembang on a consistent basis. They won 2 bronze at that time. But here, the India women's team suffered a 2-3 loss to Thailand in the round of 16, and that's why they got eliminated. But the men's team staged a magnificent comeback against Kazakhstan. Achanta Sharat Kamal, 2 sets down, came back brilliantly and notched one of the comebacks of the year as India defeated Uzbekistan 3-2. The likes of Harmeet Desai, Satyam Gnanasekharan and Achanta Sharat Kamal all did a magnificent job. But their hard work was undone because they had to face South Korea. South Korea, in return, they just put on a brilliant display. Harmeet Desai got smashed in 3 straight sets. But Satyan Gnanasekharan's loss was heart-wrenching because he had won the first 2 sets, was leading in the third, but a spectacular comeback from his opponent, who was ranked around 150 in the world, ensured that Satyan Gnanasekharan lost. Achanta Sharat Kamal, a roller coaster ride. First set, he won but lost the next two sets. Won the fourth set. In the fifth set, he was a match point away, but unfortunately, he blundered that. And that is how India's participation in the team event has ended. Both the men and the women, unfortunately, have lost. And that is the reason why it was a rather disappointing day to the events. And because India had started so well, this seemed to be a bit of a tapering down when you look at it. Now, I had focused on all the other things, but towards the evening session, there was a brilliant and very important football match, which was India versus Myanmar. It ended 1-1, but history was created. Sunil Chhetri had scored the goal, and after 13 long years, India had made it to the knockout stages of the Asian Games. Remember, not since 2010 that India had reached the round of 16. Despite all the problems, practice issues, player availabilities, injuries, ISL and AIFF stand-off, Igor Stimac comments, India have held their own and they managed to make it despite a 1-1 draw to Myanmar. That is the reason why it's a great day if you're an Indian football fan. But not so much for the women's team because they have lost and now they are out of contention when you look at the knockout stage. The India women's team, unfortunately. In between all of this, there were a lot of other events which I'll just run you through as to what exactly happened. Now, the India women's 4x100 meter freestyle relay, which involved Dinidhi, Mana Patel, Janvi, and Shivangi, they all finished 7th, and unfortunately, they were out of contention as well. But the other big news was volleyball. Japan versus India. It was going to be a David versus Goliath fight anyways, and Goliath won because Japan are the number 5 ranked team in the world. Volleyball has been Japan's prime sport if you look at it, and they have been consistent medal winners. But India had beaten consistent medal winners like South Korea and Chinese Taipei in the past. So that is the reason why we had a little bit of confidence. But Japan showed who were the best in the business, and at number 5, 3 straight sets, Japan ended India's hopes, and India will ensure now that they play for the 5th and 6th playoff. The winner from the Qatar or Pakistan game will be for India. So, India versus Pakistan could happen in hockey, in volleyball, who knows. So, even in chess, you saw a good start by the India women grandmasters, a mixed one from the India men, because Koneru Hampi and Harika Dronavalli won both their games, but unfortunately Vidit Gujarati and Arjun Erigaisi unfortunately lost. They won one game, Vidit won one game but lost the second round game. Arjun Erigaisi won the round 1 game but drew. Tomorrow you're going to see all the others get in, like the likes of Gukesh, Pragnananda, they're all going to come in the chess tournament tomorrow. So it is going to be a very hectic day even tomorrow for India in all the other major disciplines. Then you saw that Srihari Nataraj finished 6th in the men's 100 meter backstroke. The women's 4x100 meter relay finished 7th. So swimming did not live up to the mark, unfortunately. Then when it comes to fencing, especially AP fencing, Tanisha Khatri lost in the quarterfinals and her campaign ended there. Then, if you look at it, the rugby sevens, India did not have much of a chance. Facing the likes of Hong Kong and Japan, lost 0-38 and 0-45. So that was the end of India's rugby sevens campaign. They're currently 3rd in the group with no wins whatsoever out of 4. So that's a very disappointing way for India in their rugby sevens campaign. Then, if you have to look at the double sculls event, Satnam Singh and Parminder Singh finished last in the final. And then if you have to look at even in the men's fencing event, the foil event, remember there is a EP fencing and there's also a foil fencing at this time. Bivish Kathiresan, he went down to South Korea's Lee Kwang Yung in the round of 16. And Tanish Matthew and Anand Anil Kumar finished 12th and 17th in the swimming events as well. Then if you have to look at all the other major events, Surat Singh and Anjul Namdev finished 5th and 6th representatively in the men's Changkwan, which is one particular brand in Wushu at this point. And then if you have to look at all the other major events that were there, Babulal Yadav, I already mentioned, rowing, women's 4 final, Indian team finished 2nd last. And so that is why it was a rather bittersweet end to the day when you look at India and the contingent as such. But there is a promise for gold tomorrow because we all thought that India versus Pakistan was not possible in the Asian Games. In the Asia Cup, we thought it would be in the Asian Games. No. India versus Sri Lanka. The women's final is going to happen tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. IST. You could see India win the first gold in the Asian Games tomorrow. That will be a major event because remember, 11:30 it starts. India's first promise of a gold could come tomorrow on September 25 because India women will be taking on Sri Lanka women on a pitch which was absolutely horrendous to bat on. Bangladesh got bowled out for 51. India managed to chase it down with 2 wickets lost and in 8.5 overs. Pakistan, on the other hand, 75 for 9. Sri Lanka had to really struggle and ensure that they got there with very minimal overs to go. So it's not going to be easy for tomorrow, especially in Hwangzhou. The pitch has been very two-paced. It's not been easy, and that's why the promise of gold, it will be an epic match, because remember, Sri Lanka actually are coming off a series win against England, but here the conditions might be slightly different. Who are their key bowlers? I'll be doing a special preview of India versus Sri Lanka tomorrow. After that, we will see how the Indian contingent goes from this point on. Good start on day one. 5 medals, 3 silver and 2 bronze. But apart from that, table tennis disappointed. Unfortunately, even the men's table tennis, women's table tennis disappointed. India hockey made a bright start. Fencing disappointed, swimming disappointed, and also wushu kind of underwhelmed. But at this point in time, cricket, and tomorrow also some wushu events are there which could give India some medals. Shooting is there. Shooting is one of the main disciplines that's going to give India plenty of cheer. So today we have secured a total of 3 silver medals and 2 bronze. The 2 bronze medalists are Ramita Jindal in the 10-meter air rifle individual event. Then there was Babulal Yadav and Lek Ram in the men's pair rowing event. The 3 silver were the men's 8 coxswain event. Then there was the likes of Arjun Jat and Arvind Yadav. And also you saw the women's 10-meter air rifle team event, where they secured the silver. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with a lot more Asiad updates. It's just begun, and it's already been a good day for India. 5 medals. Tomorrow, the first gold could be coming shortly. So tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to download the SportsTalk mobile app for all the latest information and highlights that you need in the Asiad. You will get some really interesting highlights and interesting trivia there as well. Bye-bye.